Hey, it's Paul with Martech Mentor, where I help leaders just like you learn how to level up their skills using the newest and the latest technologies that are efficient and will save you up to 500 hours per year. I'm really excited to give you a preview and just kind of give you a taste of what it looks like to be a part of the Martech Mentor group. When you join the group, you're going to get videos just like this all the time where I walk through and give tutorials and break it all down in even a deeper level to show you how to do what you're about to see. Enjoy.
So one of your superpowers
Yeah.
is thinking in through processes and systems. Paul, take it away, and then
All right.
I guess we can just pelt you with questions as we go.
Let me show you what I'm working on with Make. Okay, so Make is kind of like Zapier, but I love it. It's much better and it's visual. It's a no-code automator. You guys are going to love this. So basically, what I'm doing is building some really advanced automations using AI that automates all of my content. Basically, I went out to AI and I told AI to give me 100 quotes from the web on delegation. And so I created a spreadsheet out of those. And then what I do is I basically use Make to go and watch for any new rows. So every 15 minutes, it's going to go, I'm going to change this to once a day at 8 a.m. So every day at 8 a.m., it's going to go look for a new row. I've got 100 rows in there and it's a quote. And so the quotes are, like this. This is all from AI. I had Perplexity go and get me all these quotes. And so now it's looking at this and now it's going to route this to a number of things. So what I've done is I'm using Placid, and Placid is an awesome app. It's kind of Canva-like, but it's much better and their API is really strong. And so I'm setting up templates in Placid that I can put copy onto. And so here's my start delegating templates. And so I've got a vertical one, I've got a horizontal one, and then I've got a variation in green. And so I've got all these templates and I basically just design them like you would in Canva. And wherever there's text, I'm going to replace that using Make. And so over here, I'm basically telling Make, hey, go get my Placid template called color variation, take the quote that you got from spreadsheet, stick it in there. And then I'm using ChatGPT to go take the quote and summarize your experienced business leader writing on delegation, take the summary statement from the quote, create an Instagram post to go along with the images. And so I get that, and then I post that to Instagram. So if I run this like right now, I'll show you guys what happens. You can see it just went through the iteration and created the chat GPT, and now it's done and it's sent this data there. So if I go over here to Instagram, refresh, and it just created this image and posted it for me
With the status update.
with some information over here in the post. And AI did a great job. It put some fun emojis and all that kind of stuff in there, which is kind of cool. So I'm setting this up to send a daily dose of delegation every single day. We're just going to drop a quote, and which is pretty slick. Since I'm splitting this quote, I'm also sending it to Facebook, which I just did, and also sending it to WordPress as a blog post. This one I need to kind of frame out a little bit better and give this better copy for ChatGPT so that it knows how to create a better post. But the idea is that I could just take a quote and I could split up and make content on the daily without ever touching it. This one's pretty cool here. Basically, the input is Slack over here. And so I open up Slack and I record a voice thing. It's downloading that file from Slack, and ChatGPT, I've told it, all right, take that voice, that audio, and basically summarize it for me. Or no, transcribe it for me. And then over here, I tell it to go get the main points out of that transcription. It dumps that into Airtable.
Why Airtable, not like Google Sheets?
The API and automation ability in Airtable is really sick. And so it does things that the others won't do. But basically, here's my Airtable, and I've got some automations, that are set up in here that'll run a script. And I don't know how to do that in Sheets. So Airtable, it gets the summary of 5 points, and then it's going to go over here and write a Facebook and a LinkedIn post, and it's going to put that back into Airtable as a content post. It does it for Twitter, it does it for carousels, and it does it for Reels. Okay, that's part one. Part two, once that's done, is that triggers another one. It actually takes all the data that it created in the other one from AI, and it actually goes through and iterates the posting. So now I'm posting on LinkedIn, I'm posting on Facebook. I can choose any page that I want, by the way, and anything connected to my business account. Then it's going through and iterating, and now it's creating an image using Placid, and it's going to post that to Instagram. Then I go here to 11 Labs, and 11 Labs is an audio transcriber. So I take the transcription from ChatGPT. I've used my voice not my own, but a voice that I chose in 11 Labs. And so it'll take now and it'll say out loud in audio whatever was transcribed from before, saves it in Google Drive, and then it'll actually create a video using video to JSON or JSON to video, and it'll create a reel on Instagram. It's got a background video, it's got the text on top, and it's got my audio voice on top of that. It creates a reel and it's all automated. So it's kind of like a faceless video, if you will, which is pretty slick. All of that everything that you see just came from one audio that I opened in Slack and put an audio file in.
Can you show me the thing about carousels? Because I think carousels is the tricky one for automation. Like, how are you actually creating multiple slides and then posting them all together?
Spreadsheet has like 5 columns. And so I'm basically taking that, I'm creating an array, I'm aggregating those columns. All right. And I'm saying, hey, make an iteration, aggregate data from columns 1 through 5.
Those are the 5 slides?
Yeah, 5 slides. And then it takes it over here and it creates iterations for all 5 of those slides.
So it creates all 5 slides.
Yeah. And then in Placid, it's going to just keep looping through those iterations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've set a limit to 5 so that, I think that's probably as many as you would want. And Make has an actual automation that is specifically for Instagram carousels.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's pretty, so you can see the title, create a carousel post.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty cool.
So like if I had a Dropbox or a Drive folder of carousels, it can go through and just post them as carousels.
100%. Yeah.
Have you thought about, so what we've been finding is like we in a client account, we will look at their analytics for posts in the last year or say 6 months. And so because of the time decay of posts, your winners 6 months ago, you should just repost as is with status descriptions. And so you could do this here basically.
Yes. I thought about like even with those delegation quotes, like I don't really need 100. That's like if I did one a day, I could just repeat them after 100.
Yeah.
Here's another example of that though. Kenny, in this case, this was taking data from just a Google Doc, which I prefer spreadsheet better, but it's doing kind of the same thing, creating iterations, but this time instead of posting it, it's actually creating a PDF, one PDF with all the carousels in it.
Yeah.
And then saving it in Google Drive. So this is kind of missing the final step of posting it. But if you wanted to go through a review process, that would be a way to do it.
I love it.
Sorry.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
All this is so good. I thought you were a genius. They don't have a word for what you are.
I got more out of this 1 hour talk than the last 3 conferences combined.